Good afternoon, everyone. First, big thank you to Deb and Bob Shaw and Champion for the challenges for organizing this wonderful event. It just gets better every year. It really does. I've been doing this for about 4 or 5 years, so really, big round of applause. My name is Shana Townsend, and I'm honored to be here today, both as a volunteer and as Tammy's physical therapist. When volunteers were asked to nominate someone to be this year's keynote speaker, Tammy immediately came to mind. And after hearing her powerful story, you can see why. So I first met Tammy in February, about 1.5 years after her stroke. She had been discharged from therapy at Kaiser because she had plateaued, and that word can be so discouraging, you know. But Tammy knew she wasn't done. She wanted more strength, more independence, and the ability to walk with stability and speed to keep up with her family. That determination brought us together. At the time, I had just started with Luna Physical Therapy while building my own practice. And Tammy took the matter into her own hands and committed to the therapy she knew she still needed. Now, I don't consider myself to be a neuro-PT. My background is actually 30 years of acute care physical therapy, and then later vestibular rehab. But the one thing that I've always loved is, no matter the diagnosis, I want to help people walk better, walk pretty. So when Tammy said, I just want to walk faster, better, and more stable, I knew we'd make a great team. From day one, I was impressed with her positive attitude and work ethic. When I evaluated her, she leaned heavily to her right side, getting out of the wheelchair. She snapped back and hyperextended her left knee and walked, unevenly. Slowly but surely, she built new habits, and her progress has been amazing. Today, she walks with more confidence, with smoother gait. We're working on 2-point gait. Therapists know what that is. And navigating uneven terrain in the community. She enjoys neighborhood walks with her husband Larry, and she watched her daughter, who is an equestrian instructor at Stanford, ride horses at the Stanford Barn, and she rode the train from Roaring Camp to Santa Cruz Boardwalk, and visited the troll exhibit at Filoli Gardens. So there's a lot of unexpected terrains to have to navigate. One of my favorite moments in her recovery was when she told me she could finally step down the large step onto her patio and then walk to the fire pit. We had used a lot of the session just practicing, and this step is big. And we worked on it and worked on it and worked on it, and she was so scared to do it. Now, that may sound small, but to Tammy, it brought her so much joy to be able to sit around the fire pit with her family and share time together in a way that felt normal. It's such a simple pleasure to do that. Recently, she boarded 4 different flights on a business trip that she mentioned with her son, and walked independently into a public restroom for the first time since her stroke.
Wow.
She told me she felt empowered, like she had regained a piece of her independence. Okay, my turn now. On top of all this, she continues to lead as CEO of her company. I think she's trying to compete with Deb for the Wonder Woman Award. So one of her biggest goals is to drive again, and I have no doubts that she'll get there. Tammy was once told this is the best you can expect. Thankfully, she didn't believe that, because 24 months post-stroke, she continues to make measurable gains. Stories like Tammy's prove that recovery doesn't end with a discharge note. Like Deb, one of the fiercest stroke warriors out there, Tammy has only scratched the surface. With her grit and her support system, I know she'll meet her goals. This is the hard one. Tammy, it's been a privilege to work and walk alongside you as your PT and now your friend. You inspire me, and I know you've inspired everyone here today. Thank you.